on anything that wasn't a Guardian.
It was Zeus. Okay, so Aurora on the Hell. Best no Scylla for him. It's going to be the Habwa Twig with the Nox. Kiki playing a god that he's very familiar with, and it is a female. It's the Morrigan. Emil on his signature Kronos. Bera went for Aphrodite, and if you saw his stream this week, he played some Afro mid, and it went about as well as you would expect.
I don't know how to take that.
It did not go well. It did not go well.
Oh, that's rather unfortunate. Things are seeming to go pretty well, though, for the Juggernauts, already getting the strong push potential over in that right-hand lane.
Variety with Giannis. I mean, if anyone was going to pull out Giannis, I thought it would have been Ataraxia just to kind of redeem himself after that, well, embarrassing showing. I believe with the group stages. Jeff Hindla getting pretty low on the left-hand side. Him and Bera laning together. Please hold your surprise. No one saw that one coming. Well, it's a three-man grouping on the right for the Juggernauts.
They're role-playing each other. Now Barracuda's playing support, but it's going to be Captain Twig actually getting caught up in that silence. Variety with the first blood.
Was that a three-man stun from Kiki? Huge, and then Emo comes through. Double Aegis for Bera and Variety, or excuse me, Jeff and Variety, but they will survive. At least for the moment. Yaman is on that Cuckoo Khan as Cuvo, both junglers going for the Nox here.
The most fun part about all of these mages is the fact that none of them have any health at the start of the game. So even the slightest ability damage is just completely chunking away at them.
Jeff Hindla literally can't help himself. He went tank boots right away. Did someone tell Jeff he's allowed to have fun and do damage? For once.
I'm expecting the auras. There's no way he doesn't build just full on defense, and everybody's going to be like, why is he not dying?
I guarantee a Heartward is going to come out from Jeff Hindla at some point in this, because that's just the most Jeff Hindla thing I can think of. Soul Trap start here for Yemen, going to try and rush that Book of Thoth. Of course, that's the optimal play there for the Cuckoo Khan with the passive that gives you extra magical power based on your total mana.
I'm loving the Ring Does Mass pickup by Jeff. I mean, especially in a game mode like Clash, this is probably one of the best modes to utilize that passive.
I like how you pointed out Jeff's one Rangda's Mask when there's 4 on the other side. Cubo Fred needs to use his ultimate for the CC immunity, and then portaled out by Yemen. Lightning Storm comes down from Jeff, but it does no damage because he has tank boots. ML gets the rewind off. No, he doesn't. Jeff doesn't need any more damage. He's got enough. Gets the kill onto ML.
Aurora taking a ton of damage from these tornadoes by Yemen and just trying to heal it up, but he's going to have to back to base with that little mana left.
So both teams have a healer. Spear of the Nine Winds comes down, does not find a mark on the right as Twig gets away very low, finds the root on a Variety, creating enough space for Twig to get out of danger. There's the ultimate out of Best, who almost finds the kill, but Yemen is going to be the one to claim the mid laner's life. Kiki transforms into Giannis to try and find the snipe, but wasn't on the mark.
The perfect portal to avoid that follow-up from the Best, getting a little bit greedy there, rushing into 4, so slightly unfortunate that he fall without finding the kill onto Variety, but all around, fairly aggressive gameplay.
That was almost really, really sick. Portaling yourself out of a Hebo ult, I would have lost my mind. He did prevent any potential follow-up, though. Cuvo was there with the silence to do that himself. No purification beads for anyone except for Cuvo and Emilito, so these Noxes are going to be very, very potent in this match.
But that is a lot of Aegis on the side of the Juggernauts, so as far as damage is concerned, they probably have the best chance at staying alive as long as the Sanctuaries are up, and really it's just going to come down to timing.
Kiki gets rooted in silence, taking a lot of damage. There's the ultimate, and Yemen's going to get the kill with the spit. Now it's Aurora going forward. Best blinks in, finds it with the water hands. Cuvo falls to the Best.
That was just so incredibly unlucky. And speaking of lucky, Aurora finding the big pickup onto Yemen.
Aurora very low on mana, does have the Sands of Time. We saw no healers in game number 1 as Best gets portaled, stunned. Good amount of damage onto him, but not enough to find the kill. No healers in game 1 between the Titans and the Minotaurs, but this time a healer on both sides and a very potent one at that.
But look at how they're splitting the farm. There are 4 people sharing that XP in the right-hand lane. Meanwhile, you've got Emil who's kind of just been solo manning the left-hand side for a while.
Wow, Emil really doesn't like to lane with people anymore. He got a taste of the solo life with the current meta, just being all alone on the duo side of the map, and now he won't even share waves in Clash.
That's kind of the way to go, though, when it comes to the game mode of Clash. Probably one of the best ways to split your XP is a 3 or 4-man one side, just let somebody else stack the other.
You know, it's funny you say that because I was talking to resident high-res Clash main, Rain Day, loves the Clash game mode, and he's a big fan of that type of split as Jeff gets stunned in his own lightning storm. Cuvo finds the root silence onto Captain Twig. Not enough. The ultimate will do it though. Nox on Nox violence. Cuvo with the kill.
And what a massive pickup, but Aurora answering back immediately with a clutch kill onto Jeff Hinla. And Emil, of course, yet again, cleaning up Cuvo Fred.
There's the rewind as well. What do you know? Emil looks pretty comfortable on this Chronos. Can't quite find the kill with the time rift, but all even. 5-5, read the kills.
It's got to feel good to be able to play the god with the skin that you pretty much made it for.
Yeah, I mean, every time he locks it in, it's got to be a nice little reminder that, hey, I'm pretty sick at this game. Bear all by himself will eat a nice water spout from Best as Twig dashes in onto Yemen. There's the blink. Aegis for the moment. Yemen's still in some trouble, but Best didn't have the ultimate in order to find that kill.
I hope Jeff doesn't get too jealous that Bear isn't kissing him right now.
Oh, yeah, that could be awkward. Now, there it is.
Now it's back again.
Jeff said, hey, where do you think that kiss is going? Right to this guy. Kiki juking around, uses the Aegis, gets him out of that unstable vortex, but not enough for the auto attacks. Variety puts the Juggernauts back in the lead at 6 kills.
Pretty big pickup too, considering that he did burn out that Aegis, so he's going to be pretty susceptible to damage for the next 140 seconds.
Twig took a lot of damage there, but Emilito's the one to return it onto Cuvo Fred. Aurora 1 HP, and Jeff is going to get the double kill with the detonate. Juggernauts at 8, Best still trying to get away. Will be able to do so as he jukes out the unstable vortex. Juggernauts retreat to try and secure this red.
And now it's going to be Emil getting the better trade there with Yemen. Forced to back off, though, not able to try and steal away that red buff.
It was all, these two teams a little bit more jokey from the beginning. I think we heard a little bit more laughter, some fun. But now you take a look at the player cams, and they're starting to get into it. Yemen with the death stare as always. He's always ready to just look as serious as humanly possible.
I mean, it's all fun and games, but at the end of the day, these points will matter when it comes to the seeding for tomorrow, and you just want to make sure that you've got your best foot placed forward for Sunday's matchups.
Look, exactly. These are for fun, but there is some serious moolah on the table here from the prize pool of the NRG Chronos skins, so this is going to be, these teams are going to take this seriously enough in order to get a nice paycheck at the end of the weekend. A little over 7 minutes in. Juggernauts still up 2 kills in total.
But the gold disparity is still not really much to really scoff at or anything like that. It's only a little bit over 800, 900 gold in favor of Juggernauts, so you can tell that the farm has been pretty efficient from both sides.
Barra looks pretty good on this Afro whatever he is in Clash. Cuvo just got erased. There was a Nox there at one point. I have never seen as many aggressive Nox dashes in my life as I have in just this one game alone.
Damage is the best defense.
If you say so. No Anubis, though.
No Anubis, a little depressing, but I think that we can live on knowing that Kukulkan made it in.
Kukulkan might not stay in for much longer, though. Spear of the Nine Winds juked. Yemen's all alone. There comes the ultimate from Variety to try and give him a way out, but Kiki decides to use a Giannis ultimate of his own to get his team in to finish him off.
You ever have 4 people just chase you into oblivion and back? Gonna be Jeff and Barra trying to find a cleanup answer back onto the Best, but Kiki actually wiping out Variety.
Jeff 1 HP. Barra trying to body block for him, will do so successfully as Emo finds the rewind. Aurora on the run, another aggressive Nox dash, this time from Cuvo. He's looking for the root silence combination. There's the silence, there's the root, there's the Aurora. He's gone. 2 kills now onto Aurora, the captain of the Manticores.
And that was such a quick answer back. Cuvo again with these aggressive Nox dashes. Barracuda able to find the stun onto Emilito, and now he's just trying to run away back to the safety of his own jungle.
Jeff Hinla has completed his Rangda's mask stack, so we get some movement speed, some cooldown reduction, from some penetration as well. Only 1 completed Rangda's on the other side, and that's on the Best.
And Jeff built damage.
Oh my god, he did! Okay, Juggernauts, the Juggernauts must be completely flustered if that's the case. Let's take a listen and see what they're thinking about Jeff's damage build.
A couple of people looking to go left. I agree. We can totally win a fight here.
Okay.
Gonna look for something with my 2.
Oh shoot. I'll speed you up. Let me know when you want to go in and I'll
I'm coming right, Emil.
Oh my god.
The Nox dash, Nox dash.
Yeah, hit that, hit that, hit that.
That was actually the Manticores there. The Juggernauts were saying things that we couldn't air because they were so surprised by Jeff's damage build. But Emilito fell there to the damage from the Juggernauts. Apophis spawns, and much to everyone's chagrin, no one is there to get blown up. Barra gets blown up a little bit, but still had that ultimate available.
And that Aphrodite ultimate, I think, is really going to start coming up super clutch for Juggernauts, just because when you have a get-out-of-jail-free card that at your dispense, I mean, I can't imagine Juggernauts to really not look to abuse it.
Both Nox players have gone for a Genji's guard, trying to get a little bit of more defense, but Cuvo has finished off a Spear of Desolation in addition to that, so he's going to be having a lot more cooldown reduction than that of Captain Twig, which really is the key component for Nox in this kind of idea, right? Is you just want to set up as much as possible. Your damage, not super relevant.
But I do have to appreciate Cuvo. I mean, he's been paying for it a little bit more, picking up the defensive item, wanting to make sure that he doesn't catch more than 4 deaths.
We are almost 11 minutes in, and Jeff Hinla's top damage, so take that, everyone who says Jeff Hinla can only play Guardians, which includes everyone on Earth, pretty much, including Jeff Hinla.
I think that Jeff doesn't give himself enough credit. I mean, he's been playing enough Assault with Barra for the past month that he was bound to pick up a couple of odd picks eventually.
Yeah. This team is going to be good at Assault, the Juggernauts. They have to be, right? Otherwise, all of Barra and Jeff's Assault scrims will have been for naught. Though this time it's a little bit different than in Game 1 because, as I mentioned, there are healers in this game and there weren't. In game number 1, his Best blinks in. Variety gets erased, but still at the Aegis. Alive for the moment, but Best will still clean him up. Big tower dive, but not enough of a rotation in order to answer back. Jeff's ultimate comes down, not a lot of use out of it as Barra pops the ultimate to save his longtime lover's life.
And Emil's just swinging away on the backside, already forced to use his ultimate though. Really wanted those abilities refreshed, but it's not going to make a difference. It's only going to be the life of Variety claimed.
Kiki has really enjoyed doing his best Giannis impersonation. That time, nothing doing for the Changeling ultimate. Now we're all knotted up at 10, about 12 minutes in. Apophis being looked at here by Juggernauts, but don't know if they really want to commit to it. Twig and Cuvo both miss their combo. It's the initiation tool that both of these teams are really relying on.
I'm kind of just waiting for the Divine Ruin to come into play for either side, really. I mean, it's strong against the Hell, it's strong against the Aphrodite, and I think whoever picks it up first is probably going to have the better time as far as these trades are concerned.
Absolutely. I'm surprised that no one got its second item. Yemen's gone for an Ethereal Staff in that third item slot. Not an item that I really expected to see in this sort of mode just because of how little total HP mages have, and that's taking % HP off, but does give him some health and works well with the Kukulkan. His Best gets CC, but Aurora's there with the cleanse.
And that burst of heal is also pretty massive. Cuvo, Fred, and Barracuda trying to make it work, but no harm, no foul. Both able to get out of danger just in time.
These healers coming into big play for both sides. Barracuda's ultimate and Aurora's cleanse. Very surprised we didn't see any more heals just because of how strong that cleanse is.
It's just the cleanse and that massive burst heal. And you also just have to appreciate Hell and her Dark Stance as well. And Emilito actually going deep there on Variety.
Best is the one to find it, though, as Cuvo gets sniped out with the ultimate. Spear of the Night wins, knocks up Aurora, but does very little damage to him. Jeff Hinla's going to be the one to find it. Barra's going to claim Best as well. The dual lane for the Juggernauts find 2, but the Manticores, they get the tower.
And that sacrifice made it all the more worth it, picking up that T1 tower. That's a really awkward place to be.
He does have Rewind here, but at this point, it's just going to put him in a worse spot. Trying to find the cheeky time stop over the wall there. No one really covered the option for the Rewind, so Emil gets out okay.
Even though Emil was a little bit out of position there, I don't think that Yemen wanted to stay pushed up far enough for Manticores to answer back, just in case Emil had the jukes coming out.
I like the Chronos Pendant from Variety. I also like the Obsidian Shard, as Cuvo Fred's building into one of his own. Cuvo, I think, should have definitely gone Spear of the Magus here. I mean, you're setting up with your Silence and Root combination, and that Root ticks and is going to guarantee maximum stacks of that Spear of the Magus basically right away, which would shred everyone else for him and the rest of his team. I think the Obsidian Shard would have been better left to gods like Variety and Jeff Hinla, whereas Yemen and Cuvo probably with Spear of the Magus would have been a little bit more optimal.
Oh, well, that might have been a slight mishap. That was no mistake by Kiki with the massive damage onto Jeff.
Now Yaman's on the run, has the Purification Beads and the Aegis. That ultimate would have hit there from Kiki, but he would have had the Aegis, and Yaman gets out because of a perfect portal from Variety. Good plays there between both teams. Gets Yaman out of danger. Cuvo has to receive the ultimate from Barracuda. Best still looking for it. Kiki still looking for it. Dark Omen not quite enough to finish off Cuvo.
I was waiting for that by Kiki, and now you've got the Blink knockup by the Best. See you later, Variety.
We knew ye well, Variety, but Best decided he'd had enough of looking at him. Kiki going to fall here between Yaman and the Phoenix, with the Phoenix getting very low. Taco, Emilito, and the rest of the Manticores will finish it off, but Emil's not done.
But he's taking a whole lot of damage for it. Rewind coming in just in time to save the life of Emil for now, and he's looking for the cleanup. Aegis already forced out of Cubo. Fred, and nowhere left to go. Aurora picks him up.
Emilito gonna fall to the hand of Jeff Hinla. Ultimate comes out of Captain Twig there. Don't know if that really found a target, as Barracuda has that ultimate up once again, but backed him out of the Zephyr there. Unfortunate. Barra's communication with the Afro CC just not quite there.
And now Captain Twig and the Best really just trying to tag team down Barracuda. He's surrounded by 3.
Is he body
I don't
blocked?
think Yaman's going to be able to save him this time.
No, but Variety's ultimate gets him out of danger. Barra's still alive because of the through space and time, and he's out of there. Variety with an insane ultimate to save the body blocked Barracuda.
I actually can't believe he actually just got out of dodge there, but now it's going to be Variety trying to make the same kind of escape. Can't fool me twice. Best cleans him up.
Oh, Aurora's heal was 1/2 second too late. You know what's messed up? Variety gets punished for saving Barra, and Barra gets to giggle his way to the fountain, and Variety and Yaman both die for it.
Isn't that how it always goes?
It always goes that way.
That's what always happens, especially to the mages.
It's messed up.
I was gonna say hunters, just because I have it,
right.
But it's definitely still a mid lane woe as well.
We're all mages here. Manticores have taken a commanding lead in this one. Only up 2 kills, but 4,000 gold in a clash match is basically unheard of. They also have a Phoenix down as well as both towers. Juggernauts, they barely scratched the towers of the Manticores.
It's the fire creep push that's really going to take a dent into the Juggernauts from the Manticores, and really that just comes down to having a Chronos. Meanwhile, the Juggernauts kind of just have a lot of hard CC and a lot of lockdown potential, but they don't really have a whole lot of objective shred.
Sprints popped. Captain Twig doesn't find the ult as everyone spreads out beautifully there from Juggernauts. Jeff drops the ultimate, but Twig and Aurora don't really care. Twig gets a Nox ultimate of his own, and Cubo is going to claim it, crossing Giannis ults, and Jeff Hinla's going to get the kill there. That's the rock portal. What in the world was that? Where's Emilito going to go? Right to the first portal where he left him. He's going to fall here. Look at his face. Look at the player cam. I don't think anyone was ready for that.
How does that feel? That doesn't happen nearly as often as it should. Now it's going to be the Best answering back onto Jeff Hinla finally. Kiki's going to also take out Kibo Fred, who just managed to pick up Jeff Hinla.
Best all by himself here, but as far as mages that are all alone, Hebo, one of the better at making things happen. He's going for Variety, and he's going to find him. Best still juking it out, looking for the knockup, finds it out of Yaman. The water hand's not quite there, and Barra finally says enough. Deicide for the Juggernauts. But how much could they really get done here, Taco? Yaman and Barra both pretty low on resources.
Barra doesn't have nearly enough mana right now. Well, he had enough for the heal, which is really going to come up clutch.
But no tower. Oh, it does fall. The
Minions
minions get it. Aurora chased the kills instead of clearing the wave. So they lose the tower, but now it's the call to go for Apophis. This does quite a bit of damage in an area. We saw Panic Cat die to this earlier on today, so we'll see if the Manticores can take it up a little better. And Barra and Yaman on the way. Apophis getting low. Barra trying to steal it away, but will not do so successfully. It goes to the Manticores. Barra gets his ult forced out by Captain Twig, but either way, both those characters have quite a bit of cooldown into their kit. Neither are really worried about it.
That ultimate's up so often, I think Barra didn't even want to bother risking the chase down potential.
Juggernauts still have their right side Phoenix down, but not for much longer. Manticores looking to push. Kiki and Twig on the left-hand side, and everyone else trying to aggress in that middle lane next to that blue buff. Right side Phoenix respawns, and Manticores only Emilito on that side.
That's all they need on the right-hand side, though, for the Juggernaut, or for the Manticores, excuse me, is Emil, because he has the best push potential for his team.
Twig sets up the damage on a Cubo Fred. He takes over half of his HP. Bear's on the right, so he's got to go back to the base. Right side Phoenix Siege not going particularly well for the Manticores. Still have not been able to find it quite yet. Emilito has enough damage with that Polynomicon that it's really only going to take 2 autos. Just has to get in range.
Kukulkan's going to make getting into range pretty difficult, though, considering how fast he clears. And speaking of fast and clear, Aurora just completely decimating
Cubo had relics, but it didn't really matter. Barra now has to use his ultimate up at the nick of time in order to get him out of danger. Emil still on the right-hand side has not been able to find that Phoenix.
And Kiki with transforming back pretty shortly here. Just going to go ahead and expend that ultimate, because why not? And now it's back to the same old tower push, but the best on the other side finally cleans up Yemen.
Finds a solo kill, so now that right side Phoenix almost certain to be killed once more. 2 members here, that'll do it. Manticores claim the right side again.
And now, because of that, the best and Emil do get to join the battle once again, looking to try and put some heavy damage on the Barracuda. He does have support from the rest of his team, however, so he'll be just fine.
Ultimate out of Captain Twig, just to ensure that no one from the Juggernauts is going to chase them down, as multiple members low on mana. A little bit surprised we don't see any meditations just for mana sustain in this. An upgraded med just to give you a little bit of really a big boost of mana. Could have been a big help here.
It's actually interesting looking at the actives for both of these teams, though, because for Juggernauts, it's a lot more selfish individual style, but for the Manticores, they do have a little bit of team play potential with those 2 shells on top of the Blink initiation from the best.
Jeff has gone for some defense now with the Genji's Guard. No purification beads for him, though. Instead, went for the upgraded Bracer. This is a little bit less defensive than a Beads is going to be, of course, but has that offensive capability to get those cooldowns back. Excellent on Zeus, where you need another detonate very quickly.
And having a secondary detonate is certainly something that the Manticores are going to have to keep in mind anytime they're trying to pressure into the Juggernauts. It's really...
Here we go! Twig! Oh,
he's out.
No.
No one's going to do it. No one's going to fall for it.
I wanted it so
10
bad.
minutes was the time to look for it, because you just don't really realize when it's hitting 10 minutes in Clash.
I'm sad. I really wanted that. Manticores wanted Apophis, and they got him. Good steal attempt from Cubo, but wasn't enough to find it. Now Emilito going 1v2. Variety turns around with a through space of time as 2 kills go Manticore's way. Variety falls, Jeff Hindla falls. Double kill for Best. Cubo finds 1, but this should do it when Cubo inevitably falls. Deicide for the Manticores. What do you know, Taco? Team with a bunch of professional mid laner experience win Mage Madness.
I am not surprised in the slightest that it is Aurora's team that'll be finding the victory here between these 2, just because they played it beautifully. Their composition to a T